It's Jane. I was tagged by Terry of Nana's Crochet Ideas for 2 tags. She did 2 tags in one video, and I will link her channel down below. And they were a hobby tag and a Halloween tag question. And she told me I had to do both of them. So I'm going to do those today. But before I do that, I got a Halloween card from Miss Carrie Penny. And as always, she makes stunning cards. So I'm going to show off that card. There is the front. There is the inside. And of course the back. Thank you, Carrie. And I have to tell you, I am awful about getting cards out. And I probably need to, get a little better about that. But I don't know what it is. I think about it and then it's too late to send them when I get them ready. So, Alright, first we're going to do the hobby tag questions. Within your personal library, do you collect books? Specific authors, editions, publishers, genres. Victoria Laurie. Her Abby, the Psychic Eye Detective. I love those stories. I love those books. I love a lot of paranormal books. I read a lot of paranormal fiction, cozy mysteries, those kind of things. I also have a lot of books, well, I did, on history. I did pass those on because I don't want to move them. They're heavy. So I have passed those books on. The other things that I have are a lot of instruction books, crochet, knit books, some sewing books that I use or refer to all the time. So yeah, that kind of thing. What are your non-bookish hobbies? Just about any craft. I do like to color. I do enjoy doing that. I have started some paint by numbers, and of course the diamond painting, crochet, knitting, you name it. I have been in a little mode where I have been making sock gnomes and have been enjoying doing that. And that just has socks, stuffing, and maybe some little garnishes to garnish the gnomes. So, yeah, I've been enjoying doing that. What hobbies have you fallen out of? Cross stitch. I used to do a lot of cross stitch. Why? The eyesight's not as good as it should be. But what I find funny is I have those magnifying goggles that you can wear with either the headband or the glass part that are really lightweight, have LED lights, so I probably should consider picking that back up because I did enjoy it, but mainly because of the eyesight issue. Do you regret dropping those hobbies? Yeah, sorta, kinda. What hobbies do you wish you had? There is one that I've always wanted to try and I have not tried it yet, and that is wood burning. I have the tool, I just haven't started it. So, who knows? Alright, that is that for the hobby tag, and now we are going to move on to the Halloween tag question. And I want to leave these questions down below as well, so that you can answer them if you'd like. And then I'm going to think about who I want to tag. I'm sure I want to tag some people. Maybe I'll just tag all of you. Yeah, I'll tag all of you for these to answer them. What is your favorite Halloween movie? Oh, man, that's a hard one. I admit I like Hocus Pocus. Just because I like the campiness of it. And as always, one of my favorites has always been Frankenstein. Just because I felt so much for him, because he's so misunderstood. You know, I see him as a human that is flawed and people don't accept him. So, yeah, Frankenstein has always been one of my favorites. I'm sure there are a lot more, but those two always come to mind because I watch those every year. If you were in a horror film, how far would you get? Maybe about 2/3 way in. I'm sure I would be offed because most likely I'm going to be either the skeptic who doesn't believe that those things are happening, or I'm going to be the comedic relief, and I'm going to get got sometime during that. So yeah. What is your favorite Halloween memory? I'm going to tell you this. My boys are twins. They're the oldest of my children. But when they were about 5, I believe, I had this brilliant idea to make them clown costumes. And one side was white. Well, it was off-white. It was like muslin. The other side was a polka dot that was black fabric with orange, white, red dots, those kind of things on it. So I made him an outfit. But what I did is I made one's black side on this side, the other one's on this side, so that they were opposite. If they were looking at each other, it would be like looking in a mirror. My boys are identical twins. We went to in New Mexico at the fairgrounds in the commercial building. They always have vendors there that is like a trunk or treat, that you just go from vendor to vendor to vendor and kids can do their trick-or-treating there. We went. Well, the boys decided, the boys were excited. They were separating and running here and there. And my husband took one of them then, and I took the other one. And they both came back and they were very upset because one had gone to one vendor and then the other one had showed up and the vendor said, "No, you've already gotten." So my husband and I said, well, we need to take them both together so that they can see they are two different children. But the one thing that I found funny about that was not only were these kids disappointed, and as parents we didn't think it through when we went, with them, but people are not very observant, because these people, when they were seeing these children, if they would have looked at them and recognized their costumes, they should have realized that the black color was on the opposite side for whatever child showed up. So, yeah, there you go. Your best, worst costume. I'm gonna be honest, I've only dressed up once or twice in my entire life. I just don't find it that enjoyable dressing up. So I don't really have a best or worst costume, to be honest. How do you get into the spirit? Alright, you're going to find this rather interesting. Halloween evening, I am a big believer that the veil between the worlds is very much thinner during that time. Part of that comes from my pagan roots, having delved into that at one point. But the other point is you can almost sense there's a difference in the air. And it's not fall, it's just a sensation that you feel. So that evening, my husband and I have always taken out several pomegranates, several apples sliced up, several things like that, nuts and things, and left them out for the wild animals that live around us. Now, that is part of what we do. The other thing is I have several Halloween decorations I put up. Although this year I've not put up any, simply because packing things up and going through things, I just don't feel like I have the time for it. But we've always put up Halloween decorations and those kind of things. And, you know, of course, watch all the campy Halloween movies, everything like that. So that's, you know, how we get into the spirit. What is my favorite decoration? My favorite decoration is a sign that I got at Michael's, and it says Witches Academy. It's orange with black, but at one point, because of the script that's on it, it almost looks like it's saying Bitches Academy. So that's one of my favorite decorations. The other one is I've done a plastic canvas which says The Witch is In, and it's got all kinds of Halloween buttons all over on it. So yeah, that's it. Name one unusual thing that you are afraid of. Vampires or zombies, werewolves or ghosts, creepy dolls or creepy clowns. Creepy clowns. Creepy clowns creep me out. That's all I can say. They just creep me out. Do you believe in ghosts? Yes, I do believe in ghosts. I've been visited by ghosts. Yeah, I do believe in ghosts. I will tell you that before Thomas passed away, the cat that we had, Caitlin, continued to visit. Almost on a nightly basis, climbing up into bed, and you could actually feel her getting into the bed. After he passed away, I felt that a couple of times, but once his ashes, I received his ashes, and one of Thomas's wishes was for his cat to be buried with him. So I put her ashes in the urn with him. And I continued while the ashes were still in the house to feel Caitlin come and go. Once he was buried in North Carolina, those visitations have stopped. So I know they're both at peace because they're together. And I told you, we see, we smell things, and I still smell those things like toast, coffee, someone smoking, those kind of things. So yeah, I do believe in ghosts. Alright guys, I'm not going to tag anyone specifically. However, I am going to tag all of you. Please do this if you would like to do the tags, or just have some fun. Answer them down below. Alright guys, I'll see you again soon. As always, be kind to one another, love one another, be kind to yourself, and love yourself. We need to love ourselves more. Take better care of ourselves. And as always, get out there and see this big, beautiful world we live in, especially during this time. Fall colors are absolutely amazing, even with the cold, nippy air. But yeah, get out there and see this world. Alright guys, I'll see you again soon. Bye.